So we have a lot of students who struggle with long division, and hopefully this video would help parents with assisting their children at home when they come home with assignments based on long division. So some of the things students need to know before they start long division is, of course, the tables. They need to know the multiplication tables because that's really important when it comes to doing not just multiplication but division, because division is basically the opposite of multiplication. Of course, they must understand the concept of place value and of regrouping. Now, today's video clip wouldn't really have anything to do with regrouping, as we're doing straightforward long division, no regrouping, no remainders. So you'd see regrouping probably in a later video. So let's get started on the process of long division. Whenever we do long division, we start with the biggest value. So let's use the problem 468 divided by 2. Simple. We always start with the biggest placed value. This is the hundreds in this case, and on the hundreds column we see we have 4 hundreds. So we start dividing 4 hundreds. Now we're going to be using two methods today. I'll do the first one, and then of course we look at the second one. And whichever one is most suitable for your child would be the one you would choose. But I'm doing both. So let's look at 4 hundreds. So we're going to have 4 hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds. And we're going to share it into groups of 2s. So this is one group of 2, and this is 2 groups of 2s. So we got 2 groups of 2 in 400. So it's essentially 400s shared into groups of 2s would give us 200 of those groups. Now we shared out all 400s, and that's what we're going to show here. The 400s is shared out or removed. So we remain with 6 tens and 8 ones. Now we try to keep all of the digits in line with their place value column. So again, 6 tens would be the greatest value. It's not the biggest digit. Of course, 8 is the biggest digit. But 6 tens, which is 60, is a greater value than 8 ones or 8. 60 is more than 8. So we're starting with 6 tens or 60. So now that we have 6 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's share it into groups of 2s. 1, 2, 3. So we end up with 3 sets. We end up with 3 sets, each containing 2 tens. So of course we got 3. And we shared out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We shared out 60. So now we're left with 8 more, or 8 ones, which is 8. Again, we're going to share out all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, groups of 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 4 groups of 2s in this 8. So our answer is 234 times. So if we keep sharing this number into 2s, we would be able to share it 234 times. So this is one method. We have another method where we use sets. So instead of using 2 to represent how many in each set, here we're going to use the 2 to show just 2 sets. 1, 2 sets. So we're starting again with the hundreds, 4 hundreds, and we're sharing it into groups of 2s. So let's into sets, 2 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each set has 2 hundreds, and that's what we see here. We shared out all 4 hundreds, so we put that here, We shared it out, so we represent that with the takeaway or subtraction. And we are left with 68. Again, we're going for the 6 tens. We have no more hundreds. So the largest place value would be the 6 tens. So again, we're doing it this method where we're drawing 2 sets first. And we're going to share the 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now each set contains 1, 2, 3. And that's your answer there. So in these 2 sets, we shared out 6 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tens are 60. Or you could count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 60. Of course, we're going to subtract and we're remaining with 8. Ooh, I forgot to do this step. We did this part. So let's go again. 2 sets, 1, 2. And we have 8 ones. 8 ones now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we end up with 1, 2, 3, 4 in each set. 4. 4 ones in each of the 2 sets. And of course we shared out all 8. I forgot to do this step just now. And we remain with nothing. So either way, we could either do it where we put down we write all of the digits or the representations of the digits, and we share it into groups of 2s. And we count the sets to represent the answers. Or we use the 2 to represent the actual sets, and we share into the 2 sets equally. Either way, both methods are accepted, because at the end of the day, we want students to be able to do long division without the assistance of the counters. But if the students feel they need to use the counters, of course, by all means, go ahead and use the counters. Eventually, they won't need it anymore. It's kind of like training wheels on bicycles. Some children could jump on a bicycle and they ride it immediately. Some of them need the training wheels for a little while, and some might need it longer. So let's just take these counters as training wheels. Eventually, they won't need it. Don't try to force them. Don't try to rush them. The main idea is that eventually they will be able to understand it so well that they would be able to work this part out without using either of these 2 methods. So I hope this was a bit helpful. I would do a later video where we would do a few examples using both methods, and just to help with some practice.